radio has always played a big part in our culture. Take, for example, Orson Welles, a big radio personality back in the 1930s to 40s. Orson Welles transformed the media. He was famous for reading the War of the Worlds on the radio. And it was claimed that many people who were listening to the radio station and they were listening to the War of the Worlds broadcast story, many people freaked out. Many people became scared. It was even reported that some jumped off buildings or committed suicide. Whether these reports are true or not is not really verified, but radio has always been a big part of the American, the sci-fi, the paranormal culture. In the 1980s, Art Bell redefined this culture by hosting Coast to Coast. This show, which usually came on in the midnight hours, had a lot of spooky subjects like ghost stories, spirits, UFOs, aliens, and anything that was very paranormal. And people called into the radio station to share their stories. And one time when I was listening to this radio station, so many people were calling in randomly, sharing their spooky ghost stories, haunted house stories. So these radio stations played a big part of the American culture, the American psyche. Then there was Bill Cooper, who wrote the book Behold a Pale Horse. Bill Cooper was sort of like the awakening radio talk show host. He talked openly about the Illuminati, about world government, about deception, about the coming deception. So radio definitely had its hands on American culture, American thinking. And then you had Alex Jones. And Alex Jones basically took the conspiracy theory and put it into overdrive. Even though Alex Jones is controversial and many of his statements are laughed upon, scoffed upon, but you can't deny the impact of Mr. Alex Jones on the radio culture. Then there's personalities like Tom Green, who brought comedy but also redefined podcasting as early as the 2000s. And then you have Joe Rogan, who right now in the current days is one of the top podcasters of our time. Then in the hip-hop culture, you have Charlemagne the God, another radio personality who embraces conspiracy theories and is not afraid to talk about UFOs and paranormal activities. Then there's a father and son duo called the Hagman Report, Hagman and Hagman. This father and son duo have a very insightful radio station in which they do investigative journalism. Whether you agree with them or not, but they bring a lot of eye-opening topics to their radio station, and many of their guests are really fascinating to listen to.